Time now for your forewarned weather with Nate Larsen.
6:13 on your Wednesday morning. Good morning, Utah. Boy, what a gorgeous end to yesterday. The sunset was just on fire. Scott Taylor captured this one in Magna. Also included a rainbow as we had some showers still occurring at that time. Boy, the storms that flared up yesterday, especially across the West Desert, were packing quite a punch. Look at some of the wind gusts, the maximum wind gusts that we saw out in the West Desert along I-80, 67 miles per hour from one storm. The Wendover port of entry, 61 mile per hour winds. The Salt Flats, 59, so 50 mile per hour to 60 mile per hour wind gusts for Hat Island and for Dugway as well. Certainly could cause some issues with some of the high profile vehicles when you have gusts of wind that strong. Weather headlines for your Wednesday. We're staying stormy here in northern Utah and across the eastern part of the state, as well as drier conditions settling in for folks in southern Utah. So wasn't super active in lower Washington County, but it was hot. We're not going to be quite as toasty today as cooler air is making its way in around a trough of low pressure. But the active pattern overall is going to continue, at least for northern portions of the state. Right now, satellite radar showing some of the cloud cover you're seeing out there as you step outside this morning. Not much rain is actually hitting the ground with what clouds we do have out there. It looks more ominous than anything. Flash flood potential is possible for Arches, Canyonlands, and San Rafael as well today. So mainly the areas along the eastern portion of the state, with not expecting flash flood conditions across the southwestern corner of Utah, as we are looking at drier air within this wedge of area, within this area of low pressure as it continues to push its way towards the north and east. So as it lifts north, it actually weakens, fizzles out. In fact, it's still there. You can see it on the upper level winds, but it becomes less of a nuisance for the state. As that one starts to clear out, we'll continue to see some clouds, maybe a few stray showers, but then by the time we get to the weekend, another storm system forms right in the same location that one was previously, and we'll continue to see a similar setup as we get into early next week, with a trough of low pressure to the southwest of us, southerly flow in place, pumping up moisture from the south into the Beehive State. So Futurecast, if we walk you through what we expect to see into the afternoon, plan on afternoon showers and storms, again, mainly from the Wasatch Back or the Wasatch Spine northward. We should see some of those trickle into the Wasatch front, but not going to be quite as impressive as we saw yesterday. And then by Thursday, we should see some moisture return as that trough continues to lift north into the western part of the state as well. So we will see more impacts across the western, at least half of Utah, with the eastern side being on the drier end for Thursday. But either way, we continue to see some active conditions across the board. Today's highs then were in the 70s, low to mid 80s across much of northern Utah. We've got a mixed bag across southern Utah as well, more 70s and 80s. Not quite the 90s like we saw yesterday in St. George. We're in the upper 80s today, mostly sunny, breezy to windy conditions. A similar weather pattern expected on Thursday. In fact, we just copy and paste what we see today, tomorrow. More sun and clouds Friday, Saturday, Sunday, throwing in a slight chance of moisture again Sunday, Monday, Tuesday next week. Temperatures sliding into the mid 80s. The extended forecast, scattered storms today and expected some tomorrow, mainly along the western side of the state. Slight chance Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We can't rule out that risk. Temperatures hovering close to average. And then we drop some as we get into Monday, Tuesday next week. More isolated to scattered storms are expected. Be sure to stay on top of the latest weather forecast with the Forewarned Weather app. You can download that, of course, by scanning this QR code that we have up on the screen, or you can visit that app store on your smart device.